yeah. Welcome back to the channel. And it's a cold morning, very cold. It's about -1.5. We're supposed to have some wind chill factor. According to the Met Office, it's going to be about -6 when the wind kicks in. What a difference than just about a week and a half ago when we fished on Cullen Beach. We were saying how warm it was. I've got my thermals on under here just to keep warm. Well, we are back. I'm back. Gordon behind me, this is the first time he's fished this beach. You might recognise it. It brings back memories for me, not the right kind. Viewers that regularly watch the channel will know that this is Inverbervie Beach, and I'm being mindful walking all the way around the slope over here because we all know what happened last time. But I've got my young carer with me anyway. So the plan today, and I don't know if you can see it behind me, is that we've got a good big sea on, and that can be pretty good in Inverbervie for the cod. So today is target cod. See if we can get a cod from the beach. Just if one of us gets a cod from the beach, that'd be brilliant. It's not a competition. It'd just be nice if one of us got a fish today. The rods are not in behind because the sea is taking the lines off to south as the tide comes in. So I'm going to have to go and sort those out in a minute. But I just thought I'd take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about the rigs. I'm going to do that before my hands get too cold. So what were you fishing with today? Well, the first one is what I call a short pulley rig. And this is just a short pulley rig, got a pulley bead on it, a 4.0 O'Shaughnessy, just as the main hook, a single hook this one, 60 pound main, 20 pound snood. That's got a mixture of mackerel and squid on it, and that's been cast out. The other rig is one that I saw made on another channel, and that channel was Sparta Fishing, Steve's channel. And I've actually christened this one, don't know if you can see that, but I've called it the Sparta Light. And it's one of his rigs that doesn't involve much tackle at all, much terminal tackle. Basically, it's a 3-way swivel with a 50 pound hook link, which is about 4 foot long, and a shorter 40 pound weight link. It's got a Cox and Roll Mitsu 4.0 circle hook on the top with an O'Shaughnessy 6 underneath. And again, that's got a mixture of mackerel and squid on it. So those are the rigs I'm using. The usual old rods, you've seen them all before, I won't tell you all about those. Beautiful. Got the sun coming up. We set off early. Both of us had snow on our cars this morning. It was summer a week and a half ago. It's now winter. That's Scotland for you. Right, I've got to fetch these lines back in and recast them out, because what happens here is the stones all get turned up and you can get your leads trapped. So I'm going to sort those out. I think it's going to be a day of casting things in and out, and I'm going to be worn out because you're up and down the stones, and it's one of those 2 steps forward, 1 step back to get yourself back up here. So that's the scene setting done. I'll try and film some things. I'll try and show you a fish if we get one. Fingers crossed. It's just great to be out. It's lovely. Another beach, another fishing session with your mates. Fantastic. Okay, catch you later. Well, that was fun. The first rod that I cast out, I think that was on the Sparta rig, just completely tumbling over everywhere with weed. The surf's just winding it up with the weed. And it's not the rig, the Sparta rig's fine. It's just the conditions. It's really weedy, as you can see from the beach. It tied my line up in all sorts of knots. It took about 20 minutes to untangle it. Cut big pieces of seaweed off the line. I could only fetch it in as it kind of surfed in on the waves. The second rod was out longer. It was on for all the time that I was out there. The bait doesn't look in very good condition, but again, it may be because it's got dragged in and been bashing around in the surf. Less surf on that, less weed on that one. It's the that was the braid rod. Gordon's line, he says, didn't really reach the bottom. It seemed to get stuck in weed. It got washed right round. Various waves came in, buried the seaweed, and his line broke off. So he's lost the complete rig even before he started fishing. So he's gone further across the way there, and we just wonder if the seaweed is coming in here and whether we can get a bit of less seaweed across the way there. It's almost unfishable here the way I'm doing it. So if anybody's fished here before with a big surf, and I know it fishes well on a rough sea, I might have the right sea conditions but too much seaweed. Maybe we need these sea conditions but less seaweed. We are in the middle of November, so it could be that we need a good few storms to get shut of the seaweed, and then we can get fishing again. But for now, I'm going to move down the beach with Gordon. So I'm going to sort my stuff out, pack up so I can just trot across the way there, and we'll fish together down the other end of the beach. It's really disappointing. It's really disappointing because it looks so promising. It looks so promising. Yeah. Right. I'll get sorted out. I'll bring you back when I've moved across the other way. Back in business. Moved a bit further up the beach. Moved further north. So we're over near the tank barriers now. I've just put the one rod out. See how we get on. I can already see a bit of a slack line, so I think my weight's been moved around a bit. 6-ounce lead. I think that's the heaviest I've got today. So maybe I needed a heavier one. But I'll have a look in the box, but I think that's the heaviest. I really want to get a cod for Gordon. You know, he's driven 2 hours to get down here. There was snow on his car. It's still got snow on it. And he's so keen. I just really want him to get a cod. That'd be brilliant. He's made a big effort to get down here today. He's tied up some special rigs and things. I'll show you where he is. So Gordon's just across the way there. He's checking his lines. Got his bright gear on to keep him warm today. Both of us are well wrapped up. I've got the line holding, so the weight's gripped, so that's good. It's early doors. I think high water is going to be, I think it's around about 2. Don't know what time it is now. Let me have a look. 9:30. We've got plenty of bait. Got plenty of coffee. That's the important thing. Coffee and biscuits. Just need that to start nodding. Doosh, doosh, doosh. Dream on, Phil. Dream on, man. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying coming out on the beach with us. It's always a bit different, isn't it? This is quite a different beach to like Cullen and Hackley Bay. I like fishing on sandy beaches because you can use lighter tackle. You're not getting things snagged up. It's kind of easier from that point of view, but you don't get the big fish really. If you come to somewhere like this, it's a marathon walking on these stones. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's a bit of a workout. I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm going to pour a coffee and I'm going to keep my eye on the rod. Gordon's just baiting up the second rod. I'm not sure whether to do that just yet. I'm going to watch what happens to the first. Because if the leads are moving around a bit, as I say, I just end up getting the braid tangled with the mono. And that'll make me a really happy bunny. Yeah, right. Now, a lot of people say fish this beach at night for the cod. Yeah, but I've had cod here during the day. There are some pictures of them on my videos. I did a cod challenge last year. I caught a couple of cod. Eventually, I had a couple of blanks. I nicknamed this place Inverbervie for a while, but that's a bit unfair. It's a bit unfair. It does actually produce some good fish. I'm going to give it maybe 10-15 minutes. Wind in, see what's going on, freshen up the bait on that rod, and I think we'll get the second rod out. 2 baits, twice as many chances of getting a fish. Gordon's just using 2 rods today. Unusual for him, I think. No, he's just got the one out. I can see a rig dangling. Just have this coffee and then go and see what's going on down there. Come on, you cod. Mission achieved. I think Gordon has got a little codling. Well, he's off the blank.
It's a 5-0 hook.
A 5-0 hook?
Why? Not the 5-0 hook. What do we create? Target species.
Target species.
And PB on this beach.
And a PB on this beach? That's what I love about Gordon. You know, it's the smallest fish and he's really made up about it. And I am too. It doesn't really matter about the size of them. It's always nice to get a big one, but target achieved. Brilliant. Oh, that's great. I just need to get one now. Oh, nothing on that occasion. I'll get some fresh bait on there. Okay, so we've got a bait wrapped up, not the neatest. I put some of that holy mackerel oil on. Mackerel and squid. Let's get this one out. It's on a pennel. Let's see how we go. Right, bait's in the water. Oh, that camera looks a bit off. I wonder if you saw me. Bait's in the water. Fingers crossed. So I hope you can see what's going on. Filming a bit into the sun. Never complain about the sun. I really think I could do with a heavier lead. You work with what you've got. Right. That's the second rod out. If the cod like it rough, it's definitely rough. Well, wasn't expecting to take the jacket off. I'm roasting. Fantastic. What a day. Perfect. Oh, made up. Gordon's got a fish. I know it's only a small one, but it's great, isn't it? He's come all that way and he's got a fish. I don't know if you can see in the background, but they've still got the old pillbox and tank barriers left over from the Second World War. Still there after all this time. There's another one up here. Can't feel anything on this. Check we haven't got a tip wrap here. All good to go. Let's cast this one back out and then we'll check the other one. Well, there's no bait left on it, so potentially that's been snaffled. I don't know. I didn't see any bites and nothing's got hooked up, so could be crabs. Oh, well done to Gordon. He's got another very small codling, sort of this sort of size, but you know, he's picking the fish up. Definitely feels like I'm getting older. It's a right slog coming up and down these stones. It's an absolutely lovely day. Great to be out on the beach. I think there could be a bite. Hang on. No, false alarm there. Sorry about your horizon. I just spun you around when I thought we got a bite. Now then, we both saw a bite on this one. It feels like there might be something on it. I don't think that's just the weight on the bottom. Well, yeah, we got something. Oh, please, please, let's have a fish. Oh no! I was sure we had a bite. Yeah. Oh. Oh well, let's bait up, get it back in. So a whole squid this time. Let's send this one out. Back out fishing. Gordon and I both saw the nod. Both of us shouted bite, waited a minute, he was still knocking, pulled into it and nothing. But at least there's some fish out there. At least I think there's some fish out there. I'm pretty sure that's more fish than wave action. Homemade falafels.
Yay!
Nice one. Well done.
Great stuff.
You're on the fish today. Brilliant. Great that he's got the coley. So I've made a couple of small changes. I'm just fishing single hook pulleys for now. Gordon's caught a couple of small coleys just on a single hook with just a piece of mackerel stuck on it. I've done that on one rod, and the other rod I've still got a whole squid bound on, and again just a single hook on that. So we were wondering if the big baits weren't working. Yeah, he's just putting small bits of mackerel on his hook. So I've done that on the other rod. I'd like to save a blank. It just feels like there ought to be some bigger cod out here. I've had them here before. Ever optimistic. I'm sure there's one there. Just needs to find my bait. Yeah, that's it. It's a lovely juicy squid, whole squid, bound on. Beautifully presented, even if I do say so myself. It's really nice, yeah. I can't believe they're not having it. Anyway, can't complain, sat here in the sun, can you? Hardly any wind at all. It was okay to send the drone up and do a bit of drone flying around. It's not a very good drone. It's one of the very basic Mavic Minis that came out 4 or 5 years ago. One of the first ones. Usually what happens is it loses connection and I start panicking because it's over the water. I think it's going to land in the water. Come on, you fish. You see there. I just moved my box to the other side of the rods because I was looking more or less into the sun. You might get a better view of the rods from here as well. Well, I think this could be one of those days when I try as hard as I can, but it's not working. I keep freshening up the baits. Yeah, all you can do is get your bait in the water, isn't it? You know? Am I disappointed? Yeah, just a little. But, you know, it's great being out here. It doesn't detract too much from it. You know, it's always nice to catch a fish, isn't it? That might be going. That's going. I might well be into fish, I think.
Oh, you beauty! That's a
beauty. I've got a line as well. I think it's you. Oh no!
Right, it's line. Look at this tunnel. It's my line going under the steel. Oh, my.
Thanks.
Well done.
Well, a beauty. That took some waiting for. Nice fish, that one. We'll get it measured. It's got the hooks well down there. We'll see if we can get the hooks out. It's quite deep. So we're unhooked. A lovely clean fish. How about that one? Really pleased with that. 48 centimetres.
Now here, have a share of that fish. I put you into my ground.
Hey, yeah, you did. This one needs to go now. Lovely fish. We're off the blank. Perfect. I'm pleased with that. It was quite deeply hooked, so it's coming home. Lovely. So that's one for tea. I don't often take them. So I've gone back out again, whole squid, bound up, single hook, pulley rig. That's all I'm doing. It was a long time coming. I thought I was going to blank today. But it paid off staying on the big baits, not changing to the small ones and getting smaller fish. The day is not done. We might get another one yet. Been getting a few rattles on this rod, and I don't know if there's something small sat on it. It doesn't feel like there's anything there, but it just kept rattling. Just inspect the bait and send it back out, I think. Could have just had the lucky fish, or maybe there's another one out there as well with my name on it. Oh wow, what a good day.
Lovely day. It was snowing when I came off the house, like.
Yeah.
And it was -1. But I think there's still snow in the car, actually.
There is still a bit of snow in the car. It felt warm when the sun was there, but I've got my coat back on.
I could take a jacket off. I was heating up. Like.
Just as the sun's going down now, behind the trees there, it's getting quite cold, isn't it?
You're feeling the chill again now.
So we started off further along the beach. We've had quite a big swell, and we had a lot of weed down that end, and it was a good call to come down this end, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. So it's been quite slow. You've had some small codlin.
I've had a lot of fish. I'll have you know.
How many?
Maybe.
You've had quite a few, haven't you?
Four codlins.
You've had half a dozen at least. 4
codlins and a gully.
Yeah.
Buddick.
Yeah. And I thought it might be a blank, but then a lovely cod turned up.
Oh, you got a bonnet codlin, right?
I was very pleased with that. So that's been great, that.
But I just wonder if that fish was mine, because you crossed my line. And I'm thinking if fish was on my hook and you shook it off. And they get over and grabbed your hook.
Anyway, it came in on my hook.
Just jealousy.
No, no. I'm really pleased you got some fish, and I thought I was going to go home with a blank there, but no.
I'm really pleased for you. It was fair tough.
That was great. That one was caught on squid, so.
Oh, okay. Oh, you tell me that now. I've been using mackerel and.
This has been Inverbervie. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to come back here, but I've really enjoyed it. It's been great. And
it's my first time here, actually.
Nice to see somewhere different, isn't it?
Aye.
We'll have to give it another go and see if there's some bigger cod around.
Aye, definitely.
But yep, seriously enjoyed that. It's been very good. Great company as usual.
As usual, aye.
Yes.
Even if you didn't get fish, you enjoy yourself.
Oh,
getting the fresh air.
Beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yeah. And gain that go.
Yeah. Well, the rods are still fishing, so we're going to do a little bit more fishing. If I catch something else, I'll just put it in at the end. But anyway, from me, that's tight lines.
Take care of the, I'll catch you after for me.
Lovely job. See you in the next video. Bye.
Great stuff.
Here you go.